So, and yeah, please don't make fun of my stick figures. I'm not really good at drawing, and I messed up a bit. But yeah, so look at these two. Yeah, so here's a representation of that I thought of this week. So, because things exist on all levels, from positive to negative, that can feel right to you, but they may not always feel in alignment. But you can be here at a neutral point, and you can choose the state you prefer. Like this guy is choosing his state, and so he perceives these blocks now. These stand out to him. If he was in this state, he would perceive these. So it's the same way when you have a bad day, how everything could sort of spiral downward, because you're grounding it with every action you're taking or every reaction. If someone yells at you and you yell back, that deepens your state of that negativity, and then that determines what else is in front of you. And you can slip or whatever, or run into the wrong person. Whatever can happen. So he's perceiving these blocks. He takes action on it. So does this guy. He's not too happy with it though. And then, either he builds something nice or he builds crap, or a situation representative of that. And then so this guy got the reflection after grounding that, and he perceived something even greater. So bigger blocks, and ones that maybe he could stack. And this guy got a different set of blocks. So it was like he was handed another, an even, I don't say worse situation, but one that he didn't prefer even more, because of how he solidified his reality with those actions. But at any moment, he can stop and choose a state he prefers, and then he'll perceive something else. So you'll notice when you take action on what's in front of you, and if you do it with no insistence, and in that state you prefer, you get all the growth that you need from that experience, because your natural state brings you into the present. And when you do that, you often get, I'll get inspirations of what to do next. It'll just sort of stand out. It'll be like a right in front of my face, and I'll know. And this sort of determines the natural ride or flow of my day. So I do this at home. I do it at work. When I have tasks at work, I write them all down, even if I don't like them. Which one do I feel like doing? And they'll go by a lot smoother, just because there's no resistance in there. So to emphasize the point, just choosing a state of being is not enough in a physical reality. Standing in front of the mirror doing affirmations is great. If you're creating a state, if your point is to create your natural state of being, using that as permission slip or meditation, that's great. But do something with that state. Perceive something and take action from that state. It's very important if you go by this formula, because you will get reflections of that. You will begin to perceive other things, because as you're in flow with what you're doing in that state, it'll raise your vibration higher and higher, towards your natural frequency. So again, you must take physical action in a physical reality, because that's the game we're playing. And you need to do that in order to experience a difference or a shift or a change of the circumstances. So if you get yourself into a very nice state and then you don't do anything with it, it fades away pretty quickly due to whatever beliefs or definitions you have that kept you from acting on things in the first place. So these states of being that you choose as you take action, they'll perpetuate themselves. So this is how they work. They perpetuate themselves with a range of positive or negative synchronicity, so it can work both ways, making it easier to choose that state or to stay in your preferred state. So you can then more easily perceive the next most resonant thing from that state, and be sure to stay in your preferred state so you can best extract the growth. Because if you decide, I know this is what I need to do, I need to make a presentation, but if I'm doing it just to get it done, then I'm not in my preferred state, I'm not in my natural state, and I'm not going to get what I need to get out of it. And then, even if that time has passed, the growth is still needed, and it'll use whatever's in front of you next, and you can recreate situations from different perspectives until you get the point.